Today we are discussing the interview questions and answers for CompTIA A Plus Core 1. You can download the complete list of CompTIA based questions from the link provided in the description. Our interview question based on CompTIA A Plus Core 1 is: what is the purpose of the CompTIA A Plus certification? Your answer should be: the CompTIA A+ certification validates the foundational skills and knowledge necessary for a career in IT support and technical roles. Our next interview question is: can you explain the difference between RAM and ROM? Your answer should be: RAM, that is random access memory, is volatile memory used by the system to temporarily store data and program instructions that are actively being used. ROM, that is read-only memory, is non-volatile memory used to store firmware and essential system instructions that do not change. Our next interview question is: describe the process of installing an operating system on a computer. Your answer should be: the process typically involves booting the computer from installation media such as a DVD or USB drive, following on screen prompts to select language, time zone, partitioning, and formatting of the hard drive, and finally installing the operating system files. Our next interview question is: what is a MAC address and how is it different from an IP address? Your answer should be: a MAC, that is Media Access Control Address, is a unique identifier assigned to a Network Interface Controller (NIC) by the manufacturer. It operates at the data link layer of the OSI model. An IP, that is Internet Protocol Address, on the other hand, is a numerical label assigned to each device participating in a computer network that uses the Internet Protocol for communication. Our next interview question is: explain the difference between a virus and malware. Your answer should be: a virus is a type of malware that is capable of copying itself and spreading to other computers or systems. Malware is a broader category that encompasses various types of malicious software, including viruses, worms, trojans, ransomware, spyware, and adware. Our next interview question is: what is the purpose of an operating system? Your answer should be: an operating system OS manages computer hardware and software resources and provides common services for computer programs. It acts as an intermediary between the user and the computer hardware, facilitating communication and resource allocation. Our next interview question is: describe the boot process of a computer. Your answer should be: the boot process involves the computer's firmware initializing hardware components, loading the BIOS or UEFI firmware, performing power on self-test POST, locating and loading the operating system kernel into memory, and finally transferring control to the operating system. Our next interview question is, what is the purpose of BIOS/UEFI? Your answer should be BIOS, that is Basic Input Output System, or UEFI, that is Unified Extensible Firmware Interface, is firmware used to perform hardware initialization during the boot process and provide runtime services for the operating system. It also allows users to configure hardware settings and perform system diagnostics. If you are preparing for any CompTIA based certifications, you can download the complete list of valid, tried and tested questions and answers from the link provided in the description below.